Well, we've got some rest of world team of the season leaks, and it's mainly just 3 cards we've got, but it is Messi and Ronaldo. We do have their official cards now, so we'll go and look at that. We have got the selection choice that the E-Champions League winner will be able to choose from for the Icon SBC, and it's kind of like what you'd expect. There's some good names in there, but not anything that's like over the top insane, I guess. We've got an Evolution League as well, some other bits of information and stuff to talk about today, but if you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You could use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. But okay, thank you all firstly for being here and watching today. We got like almost 15K yesterday in May, so thank you for that. It's almost June actually, so thanks for showing love to the channel this time of year. I mean, we know what TOTS content is at this point. I could talk about this on a daily basis now. Evolutions have made TOTS, and that's it. Like, it's just evolutions. I don't know what else there is to say. Atomic Flea came out. It looks really good. There is a Messi that looks very good in here, which is always a telltale sign that there is a Messi coming, and we know that he is. But yeah, can you just imagine what Team of the Season content would have been if evolutions just weren't a thing? I mean, I know it's kind of like a, you know, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle kind of thing, so kind of a dumb thing to think about, but still, imagine we didn't have those. Like, it's crazy. And Ball Day did come out today, you know, not a bad card, right? We talked literally yesterday about how 99 base pace cards are like extra good, and that card is this. So hard to hate too much on this card. Good passing play styles as well. Well, incisive and tiki-taka is very nice for anybody as a left back there. So it's not like a bad card at all, but just none of this stuff is any different to what we've seen at all. We can count on pretty much like one hand over Team of the Season where we've been like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing. They just don't want to do it right now. And I'm really not sure if it's some sort of like resource problem where they just don't have the resources to continue working on this game to the same level when they're working on FC 26. Like, I don't have any idea. I've no idea. If you guys have any idea, please let me know. The E-Champions Mystery League was Bundesliga, by the way. If you want to go and get a little bit of a coin bonus there. And then also there was these rewards, right, for watching the E-Champions League finals. And it's a lone Rivaldo. It's an 84/5 and an 87/2. This, of course, is already over. But the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because the E-Champions League happened today. And now we have the SBC coming out. I'm going to go and look at those selections right now, actually, firstly here. And here is the selection right here. So some nice names in here. Fernando Torres, Robin Van Persie, Socrates, Robert Pires, Andrea Pirlo, and Nemanja Vidic are all going to be possible selections in here. So we kind of figured it would be something along these lines of this level of icon. But one of the things that I think would just help, it honestly would help literally everything. And I'm not exactly sure why EA don't do this, but why would they not have a designated pick that they made prior to the event beginning so that when you watch the event, you then know, hey, if Emre Yilmaz, who won the event, if he wins, this SBC is coming out, and you can then cheer for somebody, right? Would that not just be like a great way to do it? Here's a little Nemanja Vidic concept here, and then also I saw a concept of, yeah, Pirlo and Fernando Torres right here, some potential stuff. I wonder if it'll be 3 or 4 playstyle pluses. They do like to juice these out a little bit at least to make them like pretty damn good. So something along these levels I probably would expect, and it's funny because this might be one of the biggest SBCs we've seen in like a month or two, because I mean, it's since Hullet, right? And how long ago did Hullet come out? That was the Immortals promo. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that this might be the biggest one we've seen in 50 days. But here's a selection once again if you guys want to see that. But yeah, little things like that, I feel like they could make us care, actually, you know, attempt to care about the esport scene just a little bit, even though obviously the goals aren't great, the gameplay is not very good. At least it'll be interesting to see who wins it, so we know who gets the SBC. Instead now it's just like Emre Yilmaz won it today, beating Anders in the final, and we have no idea who he's gonna pick. And it's still like kind of a cool idea. It's just it could be executed so much better, which tends to be the EA ideas. Usually there's a little like there's a seed or a root of a good idea in there. They just tend to fuck it up with the majority of the execution, right? But okay, and to stay on topic here, in case you guys were curious about who were the players that were the most used by the pro players today, quickly running through here the top 5. Ginola was used by a lot of people. Ginola has been a pro player card for a long time now in FIFA. Lucio is in 5 of the 8 teams. The Aerial Plus is a big reason he's in there, because they all like to do the bicycle kick corners, because welcome to FC 25. Joint third was Nuno Mendes here. They had a UCL requirement in terms of a UCL player and a UCL icon as well, so they picked him to be the left back, looks like. So he was in 5 of the 8 teams there, and then Ginola as well, 5 of the 8 teams, right? We talked about him already. Buffon was actually the main keeper used by people, so it looks like Buffon, in terms of the pros' eyes, is maybe the best keeper in the game, looks like. And then the last one down here is Xavi, actually. Now, once again, they did have a UCL icon requirement requirement, but everybody picked him. And if you guys don't know, the pro players love the passing play styles. It's the pinged, it's the tiki-taka, it's the incisive. It's hard to get a whole lot better than that. So that's kind of a little preview of what the pros like to use. And moving on here, the new loading screen today, it was like, I wonder who these two could be. But it was confirmation that Messi's going to be 5-star, 5-star. Ronaldo will not be, but yeah, there were jokes like, you know, guess the animal, right? I mean, that's not much of a hint on the loading screen, but then we also got their full cards here. Here is Cristiano Ronaldo right here, low driven, quick step, finesse, aerial with some pretty crazy stats. Only 92 pace, but hard to complain too much when they gave us quick step plus in there. Only question is how expensive is he going to be? Is he going to be at all possible to get in anybody's team? And then next up here, we have got Lionel Messi, who has this card, low driven, technical, finesse, incisive. They juiced both these cards out, obviously, and they look fantastic. But the thing is that there's an important piece that we can't forget here, and that is that Messi and Ronaldo both, one of these years is going to be their final team of the season card, and any one of these years could be that year. So just be aware that don't take this stuff for granted, okay? Because obviously there could be like a year gap in here where, say, Messi or Ronaldo retire and they're not in the next year's FIFA. Because say with the MLS season, you know, it doesn't really coincide too well with the new game coming out. So there's obviously a chance that Messi says like, yeah, this is my final year randomly when there's like 2 or 3 games left, and then we have a whole year of FIFA and Messi just might not be there. And obviously same goes with Ronaldo, even though I don't know the schedule really for the Saudi league. But anyway, the point is just don't take these for granted anymore. There were some GOAT debates in the comments, and listen, I am on the Messi side, okay, but that's irrelevant right now. Don't get caught up in GOAT debates too much when we just need to savor what we're seeing here, okay? We don't have much time left with these two, and let's enjoy it while we can. And then the third player leak that was on the loading screen is Leonardo Fernandez, who I don't know ball. I don't know who he is, honestly, but he looks like an insane card. Tiki-taka, technical, incisive, finesse. That's S-tier playstyles right there. And 93 dribbling, maybe you could say is a little low edge. Pop an engine on him, I guess. It'll probably be fine. Okay, actually, I just got curious, and I wanted to look, because he has 93 dribbling. I'm like, okay, maybe he's actually like kind of tall, and that's why his dribbling is lower. Just looked, and he's 5'5", 145. So no, the answer is no. I don't exactly know why he has lower dribbling. I guess maybe the composure will be why he has lower dribbling there, but yeah, I was just curious to see why he has lower dribbling, but okay. Moving on next here, we got a CDM Evo coming to Ultimate Team soon. Tiki-taka plus, incisive plus, and press proven plus. Stats boost, 5-star weak foot, deep lying playmaker plus plus, and then the 2 standard requirements that you usually see in there. Now, sometimes he says big stats boost, and other times he just says stats boost, so maybe indicative it's not going to be the most insane evolution of all time. And the replies down here, he does say most of CDMs do fit. This Patrick Vieira, for example, does fit in there, which you kind of would hope that this card would probably fit in, but I did see FUT Agent tweet something out as well. Right here that this Conte can be used, which if you've not put him into an Evo yet, Conte's very good in this game. 94 passing apparently, and then stuff we already knew, I guess, but he doesn't reply to anybody down here of who can fit in, but okay. Reading context clues, looks to me like it's not going to be the most ridiculous evolution of all time. Obviously, Barella fits in there, but okay. And also coming up here, you know what we got? We got Chelsea cards coming into packs over the course of the next day or so. My guess is tomorrow we will see them coming into packs, at least have them leaked, or they'll just be in packs tomorrow at content time. Not sure which we'll see yet, but my guess is one of those two there. And Cole Palmer was man of the match, so he will get the 97 rated card, and then everybody else is going to get a 96. This is just a prediction here, but these are the players for sure who will end up in the team. So these are all the guys who made an appearance in that game. So Neto, Sancho, Madueke, Gusto, Reece James, Enzo Fernandez, a lot of great players in here that hopefully we see EA do this more often. This is to me one of the better things they've done really in about the last 5 months. It's probably one of the better things they've done. It's team of the year. It's probably one of the best things they've done, and we will see it for the Champions League. And all right, next up here, we do have this bit of news, and that is that it looks like the ultimate team of the season coming up here next week is going to be separated between men and women. And if you look at last year's team of the season, I don't think we really had a classification between the two. It was kind of like all bunched together, right? So it said containing one ultimate team of the season player, and you just had men's and women's ultimate team of the season kind of combined there. So it looks like they might be separating the two, which I guess could maybe mean to me or indicate that we might end up seeing more players in ultimate team of the season as we get like full men's, full women's squads rather than just like a combination of them both. If I'm guessing, because they've never separated them before, so maybe it's just a weird distinction, but I'm guessing that that's going to be the case here. And some said, is that going to be a repeatable pack? This looks like it's going to be a champs pack, as it doesn't say untradeable there, so I'm guessing it's going to be a champs pack. And then everything else here, nothing else, okay? It's all store packs and shit. If you missed yesterday's video, we saw saw the possible packs for the new paid season pass, but other than that, that's kind of all the news we've got at the moment. I do think this might just suggest here, though, more cards for Ultimate Team of the Season, which I guess the more the merrier, right? Also, add another end of an era to the list. It's Carlos Vela. Okay, where are the end of an era cards? They got to be coming soon. There are so many to choose from right now. Add one more. Just showing you this in case he comes out one day, because I feel like Vela's been at LAFC forever. So we are in dire need of an end of an era week. And then the most viral tweet of the day today was Jake Futt trading. I want FC26 to start ratings at 85 overall maximum, so cards like these seem special at the end of the year. And I think we're kind of all in agreement that that's probably what they'll do, and probably what they should do, honestly, is start cards at lower ratings. Now, of course, what that also means is that the starter cards will be worse than the starter cards are now, and there theoretically will be actually a bigger gap between the really, really expensive cards and the normal cards in how good they are. There'll be more of a gap in the top tier meta compared to like the standard meta cards that most people will have in their teams. Now, maybe EA can fight that off by doing certain things. I think they probably could do that. Obviously, if the boosts aren't crazy, it might not be that much different than this year. But if Team of the Year is like crazy or insane cards again, and our starting gold cards / promo cards for the first, month or two are even worse, then it's a bigger gap there. But it obviously, we have no idea if that'll even happen. We'll see what they do with that next year. But if I had to guess, I would honestly bet we will see either over 100 overalls or EA changing it to have gold cards start at lower ratings, because they don't want this to happen again next year. I think they're pretty well aware of what happened this year, and I don't think they love how the market turned out this year, but that's just speculation. And with the market right now, with Rivals Rewards coming out tonight, I said in my, I think it might have been 2 videos ago, was it yesterday? I don't remember. I think tonight actually will be a pretty decent time to buy cards. Now, only to hold on to for a couple of days, like play your weekend league really quickly and sell them, because Ultimate Team of the Season, when your card gets leaked to be an Ultimate Team of the Season, even before then, but especially when it gets leaked to be an Ultimate Team of the Season, you are basically fucked, because they are going to go way down in price. Even though it seems like Hansen can't drop any further, she's 380, you're like, damn, how is she 380? If she's an Ultimate Team of the Season, she will go down further from the point she's at next week. So you just do not want to be in on these cards posts like this Sunday. Really, you definitely just don't want to be. And I would sell on like Saturday morning UK time, probably. Like that's most likely what I would do. But hey, at least you might be able to buy cards for a little bit, a couple days maybe, and actually somewhat possibly make your money back, which that's a good step. That's a nice step in the right direction. And also taking a look at fodder here. Okay, let's read your comments now. We've got Husky who says, okay, well, first of all, fodder actually might be interesting at some point coming up over the next like couple days, but I don't know. I have no words to say about it. Actually, no, I take that back. I do. 96 rated Imade here. Look how much cheaper she is than everybody else. That might be a buy, but Ultimate Team of the Season, when that comes out, you'll see some 96s in there, plus this new Rest of World. You might see some, I don't know, maybe buy her, but that's all I got. I got nothing anymore. Or sorry, Husky, I think, says, would be nice if you did not curse so we could listen to the vids with kids around. It's excessive and not necessary to get your point across to your audience, in my honest opinion. And you're not the first person to say this at all. And honestly, I think you're totally right. It's not necessary. I definitely don't need to do it. You're definitely right about that. But for me, I've always had this thing where like I don't want to change up who I am. I know there's a lot of people who make videos that are sort of, just kind of censor themselves because they feel like they need to for YouTube. And just for me, I always want to hop on and be like as real as I can be, right? Whether I'm right or whether it's right or wrong or not, just come as authentic as I can. And I always think that can be seen through the monitor. Whereas when someone isn't being authentic, it's pretty easy to see that. So I'm always worried about that a little bit, that I don't want to like change who I am, saying an F-bomb once in a while just to appease YouTube. Or like a bigger reason for me, more than YouTube actually, is to like for people with kids, right? Then they can actually watch and listen to me with kids around. But I just feel like I don't want to change up who I am. I think it makes it a little more unique that I don't censor myself like that. But Husky, I completely understand if you don't want to watch anymore, because I swear sometimes that is totally understandable. Okay, it's totally understandable. I think I just voice cracked as well. Then Doc and Rum as well, I want to bring this up because he talks about Trickster Plus being like way better than base Trickster. Actually, they're way more agile when strafe dribbling. And I've noticed for me that, yeah, Trickster Plus is one of those things that you can't like quantify, but they feel really good on the ball when they have Trickster Plus. I think I had a card last year. I'm trying to remember who the hell it was. might have been like a Messi. It might have been it was a really tiny, agile player that I could not, it was Dabinia. That's who it was. I could not believe how good Dabinia's dribbling was. And I think it was because of Trickster Plus mainly. It was like Trickster Plus combined with Technical Plus. And she was like the best dribbler I'd used in years since left stick dribbling was like in its prime. And I think Trickster Plus is a huge help in the agile, I was gonna say agileness, the agility of players. But it's always interesting trying to figure out like what play styles do exactly what. You know, there's so many factors as to why that card might feel better. Maybe Dabinia's was her body type, right? You know, there's just so many factors that it's hard to figure out exactly what it is. But I do think Trickster Plus was one of those things for me. Bull C6, why can't I bulk open same packs? On PS5, I swear opening packs takes the same amount of time as me making my daily SBCs. And I do wonder if they want to go with this style of like quantity over quality of packs. As we know now, there's 30 grindable gold upgrades a day and so many 83 10s, 84 10s, and you know, just so many different packs that you can do on a daily basis now, that one of the ways I think they can maybe offset the whole like pack weight sucks, there's so many, it's quantity over quality, is bulk opening of the same packs. Maybe open 5 at a time, right? Or even 2 at a time would help, because then you can kind of run through the menu grind faster almost, which I think would help with the way things are right now. And I had no hope at all for that technology at all until we saw that change where now the packs kind of stack up with each other. So you can see how many now of each pack type that you have. So maybe the next step then is like, hey, you want to open 5 of these packs at once? Here you go. Because if they want to go all out and say they push this even further where next year there's more, and then the year after that there's more gold upgrades you can get and more common golds all the time you can have, like at that point maybe bulk opening would help with that a lot and help with the menu grind, because right now opening packs kind of feels like a chore because it takes so long and you have to do it so much that nobody ever thought they would say that opening packs feels like a chore. But if that ever does even become a possibility to me, they lose so much of what makes their game fun. And I do wonder to me if bulk opening the same packs would help with that. You know, I'm not sure if that's a bad idea or if that will just never happen, but that kind of sounds to me like it would help with some of the issues that I think we have right now. But hey, thank you all for being here and listening today. I appreciate you all so much. Love y'all, service. Peace.